What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee, and I am back with another video for you guys. So I came across this topic on TikTok where it says that Chinese manufacturers are peeling off the veneer of Western luxury. So they're saying that China is currently showcasing all the American brands through TikTok videos. It has confirmed that over 80% of the luxury items being purchased at exorbitant prices are manufactured in China and only packaged in the US. They're peeling off the layers due to the tariffs and all of these, all of this. They're exposing it that, hey, a lot of the items that y'all are purchasing at these super expensive prices, they are made for a fraction of the cost, and you can actually get them a lot cheaper, and they are not really worth the thousands and thousands of dollars that a lot of American people are spending this money on. And to be honest, a lot of our women spend the majority of this money on these handbags, these shoes, all of these things that are supposed to mean that you are top tier, so rich type of person. Now they're exposing that this stuff is the same, that when a lot of these items that are looked at as like knockoffs, a lot of them are coming from the same factories. They're slapping their names on it. They're lying and saying that it's coming from one place when it's coming from somewhere else, particularly made in China. And they're making a lot of us believe that these things will make you special and it's so great, and then condemning other people who have what they would consider a knockoff, when in most cases these are all the same bags, the same shoes. They're just upselling it by 1,000 points. I'm just saying, way more than what it costs for them to make it. And so this is why it's so expensive, but it's really not. It's really not. But we're gonna get into the video. Y'all chime in. Let me know what y'all think about this, because I think this is crazy, but also it should be a lesson to people who think that they need to spend all this money on these things when it's really not worth it. But let's get into the video. Here we go.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China, but those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury.
Right. And I mean, listen, during the pandemic 2020, that kind of revealed a lot then, where after that, a lot of around that time, there were people who, like regular people, who were able to travel to China and go buy a lot of these products wholesale and then come back and sell them. People were doing skincare lines and all types of things where you can go over and purchase the products in bulk, and you can have your logo placed on them. You can actually, have it all set up for your own business. But most people went to China to get those items. And I don't understand. I remember looking, cups and everything pretty much that we own, you would see made in China, or at one point it was Taiwan. You would look on the back or bottom of your mug or bottom of your plate and it said made in China or made in Taiwan. So I'm not surprised, but I think a lot of people are shocked by this, because they think that these $1,000 bags, a lot of these bags are like $15,000 and $18,000 or more, and somehow they think because it was made in France or somewhere else that it's so special, and this is why the cost is so high. And a lot of these women are buying these things and looking for men to buy these things for them too. Like they're in this luxury lifestyle, and they want a man to come in and pay $15,000 for a bag, child, baby, and it's probably only worth $100 at the end of the day. Child, that's crazy, but let's continue, y'all.
Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little, very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else, like leathers, zippers, and hardware, remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
Crash out. Seriously, I'm crashing out. China, they on our ass. Let me tell you something. Y'all see all these damn bags that I have? Okay? These are the bags they're talking about. Like, I have a Birkin, a Fendi, a Louis. I've never even used this bag yet. A Chanel, Louis, Fendi, Chanel, Gucci, Louis. And you're telling me what I have spent on all these bags, I could have went to China and got them and not spent all this money? China, I'm coming. But let me just show you all the bags that I actually really have. Look at this. Jack Louis, Hermes, Louis, Dior, 3 Chanels, Fendi. Why is sale? Chanel, Louis, Chanel, Louis, Gucci.
And this is why they do it. They know that they're gonna get, especially women, because women are we spend a lot of money on everything. They know we are the biggest consumers, so they can get us all the time. You have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of handbags in your collection, and most of the time, most women don't even use them all. You know what I mean? And you're spending exorbitant amounts of money on these bags. These bags aren't cheap now. These bags by themselves are anywhere. I mean, I don't even know. I know some 15, 16,000, 18, 20,000. Like, these bags are expensive. And so they know who their biggest consumers are. And this is why they capitalize and use that. And to think that you went out and spent all these thousands of dollars on these purses and this stuff is not even worth it. How does that make you feel? And I think some people might feel a little weird, but I don't think it's really gonna stop them from buying it. They still gonna go out and buy it. They still gonna consume it. Because they've been already conditioned to do so. And it's hard to change that hard wiring. Once you've been hardwired to believe something, to do something, that's it. It don't matter what anybody else said, you're gonna keep doing it. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
All of this stuff that I spent my hard-earned money on, all of this, are you freaking telling me that I overpaid for all of this? Let me go on Expedia or whatever and find me an airline ticket to China, because I'm coming. I'm coming to see y'all. Look for me. And I also want to add that this Louis wallet, it legit say made in France. Made in France. I am now checking all my China. I'm coming.
We're on Trade War TikTok. You know, Trump came out and he said, you know what, China, 145% tariff on anything that comes from China, you know, minus the cell phones and the laptops and some electronics. And you know, Trump is getting scared right now. Okay. But then China came back and they just clapped back so hard, and they are exposing all of these luxury brands. And you know what China did? They rolled the dice, specifically the Coach dice. Guys, these are my Coach dice. I got them last weekend. It says Coach on the little hang tag, and then on the back of it, it literally says made in China, okay? Saw that one TikTok from Send Bags with that guy, and he was going over all of the hardware and the material cost to make the Hermes Birkin bag. Guys, this is the Walmart Birkin bag. Where do you think this was made? In China, okay? I got it in black. I also have it in brown. And lastly, I have it in orange too, guys.
Walmart sells Birkin bags? I didn't know that. Let's continue.
The H orange, yes. You can still find like the Walmart Birkin or the Walmart Kelly on the TikTok shop. I see them. Some of them have free shipping. Some of them don't. They're like between 85 and like 120 bucks. You know what? I probably have some in my showcase. If you're interested, check it out. This is my Louis Vuitton monogrammed embossed leather long wallet. Okay. I love this wallet. I think it's amazing. I think it looks great. Canal Street, $20, guys. Okay. And you know what? I think, here's the thing. It's not like this is going to be like washing clothes or like, you know, it's a wallet, guys.
Right. And, you know, just to sum it up, listen, it's a wallet, it's a bag, it's some shoes. It's meant to wear it, use it, and use it up till it's old or whatever, and then replace it. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on those things. And I think we've become so consumed in just consuming. You know, we're over consuming. We're buying things that we really don't need, and in the end, it's going to cost us. You know, if you add up all of the money that we spend on all of these extra things that really don't matter. All these Birkin bags, all these purse, all these shoes, all these things that you barely even get to use just to say you got it and brag about it. That money could be used somewhere else. There are a lot of people who don't even have savings in their account. So, but they'd be willing to go and spend their whole tax income check or whatever they get or their whole paycheck on a Louis Vuitton purse or a wallet or something just to feel good when they go out with their girls. When you go out to the club, you can be like, girl, I got a real Birkin bag, got my Birkin and this and that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. I understand people spending good money on a pair of good shoes, like shoes that you know are going to last and you're going to be wearing them a lot and you spend a little bit on it. And I'm not talking about thousands and thousands of dollars, but you maybe spend $100 or a couple of $100 on a pair of leather shoes or something that you know is going to really last because you're going to use it every day and you need it to last, you know. But this is not what people are doing. People are over consuming. They're getting so much stuff and they're just having it and they just keep buying it to find out that, you know, this stuff that they're spending all these thousands and thousands of dollars on is not even worth it. But I mean, most people know that, you know, people try to clown other folks for wearing what they call knockoffs, but and then there are even some celebrities who wear knockoffs. There are celebrities who don't wear that stuff because they're smart enough and sensible enough to understand that I'm not going to waste my money on this. It looks just like the more expensive one and who cares? It looks cute. I'm gonna wear it. I don't need to spend all my money on all this jewelry. For what? Who are you trying to impress? I love a good costume jewelry. Costume jewelry looks good. Some of it looks real. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on it. Why? You want it to look good for something and take it off and put it away till next time. You don't have to spend all that money on this stuff. We really got to start to do better because this is crazy. But I hopefully this is a lesson to a lot of people to understand the importance of a dollar and how to utilize it much better and not just over consume on things that really aren't worth what they're telling you is worth. And, you know, use your money in a better way. That's all I'm saying. So listen, I want you guys to chime in. Let me know what you think about this video. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Let me know your thoughts on this whole thing. I want to hear from you and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.